Hello, all my dear students. Welcome to Sri James Rank Zone classes. My name is Ajay Gurati, dear students, and I am your friend and mentor for the mathematics portion, or we call as quantitative aptitude portion. As you can see in the bottom of the screen, we will be doing lecture heights and distances today. With a sure shot guarantee, you will solve the questions verbally in this chapter. So, dear students, let's start with class 2 for heights and distances. Okay, dear students, maybe in this class or if this class stretches a lot, I'll take one more class to finish the chapter, but it will be my effort to wind this class today itself. Okay, today I'm going to teach you very good shortcuts for lengthy questions. And I mean what I say, these questions will be a bit lengthy. The first part will be a bit lengthy, the second part will be too lengthy, but I will tell you verbal shortcuts and you will love these shortcuts. Okay, the third part is core trigonometry. If I can do it fast today, then it will be okay. Otherwise, I'll take one more class for this to finish this chapter. Fine. See, the first thing is complementary angles. Questions based on complementary angles. Questions based on complementary angles. What will be given in this type of questions? See, you will be given a triangle. Suppose you are given a triangle like this. If it is being told to you that this angle is theta, okay, and let's say this distance is a, and then you will be told, let's say this angle is alpha. You move some part, this angle is beta. This distance is b, and you are being asked about this height h. Okay, so what will be the result? Result will be h is equal to under root ab. I will prove it to you right now. How will we prove this? Look, what happens is, let's talk about tan alpha. See, basic thing is what is tan theta? Tan theta is perpendicular upon base. If I take any right angle triangle, I say this angle is theta, this is 90 degree, this is perpendicular, this is base. So what will be tan alpha? First of all, this tan alpha will be perpendicular upon this base. That is h by a. Then we have tan beta, this is beta. Tan beta is equal to h by p. Now let's multiply alpha and beta. Fine, let's do tan alpha into tan beta. This will be what? H by a into h by b. Okay. Now you have this a, you have this b. This employs. See, what is it? Suppose you multiply tan theta. If first, let me write it like if alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree. Here question based on a complementary angle, that is alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree. This is the thing. If these angles are complementary, then h is equal to ab. This is what I have told you. The thing is, if alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree, then tan alpha into tan beta is equal to 1. I have told you, I have discussed this thing with you in the namesake property in the previous chapter in great details. Okay, tan alpha into tan beta will be 1. So this becomes 1 is equal to h square by ab, or I can say h square is equal to ab, which means h is equal to under root ab. This is one thing, my dear students. H is equal to under root AB. The next thing is, if I take another triangle like this is the common side, and with this common side there are two angles alpha and beta. This common side subtends an angle beta somewhere, this common side subtends an angle alpha somewhere. Same is the case over here. This is a common side for these two triangles. Okay, let's say here this common side subtends an angle beta, and here this common side subtends an angle alpha. This is A and this is B. This portion is, let's say, H. So here also H square is equal to AB, or H is equal to under the root AB. Does it make sense? Am I clear to everyone? Okay. H is equal to AB. So let's proceed further. These are the things now. Let's start with the questions. You just need to memorize these two rules and questions will be quite easy. The distance between two pillars of length 16 meter and 9 meters is x meter. If the angle of elevation of their respective top from the bottom of the other are complementary to each other, then the value of x is. See, little students. Dear students, it is like this. First, let me take a triangle. Let's say this angle is alpha. From here, if I look at this angle is beta. This is 16, this is 9. Dear student, this is actually the same thing. This is a one common side. Let's say this is H. This one common side subtends an angle beta at one side and an angle alpha at the other side. Okay, here the common side H subtends two angles alpha and beta which are complementary, which are complementary. It subtends two angles which are complementary. And where does it supplant the complementary angles? Which are complementary, and these are like, what will be our rule? Therefore, h square is equal to AB, that is h square is equal to 9 into 16, or if I do the under root, h is equal to 3 into 4. These are x meters apart. Okay, these are x actually. This is x. Right now, this is x is equal to 12. This is option number 3. Okay, clear? Next one. Two posts are x meters apart. Let's say these are the two posts. These are x meters apart. The height of one is double the other. Let's say this height is h. This height will be 2h. Or this height is a. Okay, h and 2h. This is h meters. These are x meters apart. These are two posts. If from the midpoint of the line joining their feet, this is the midpoint, so this becomes x by 2, this becomes x by 2. An observer find the angular observation of their tops to be complementary. Let's say this angle is alpha, this angle is beta. Alpha plus beta is given to you as 90-degree complementary. Then the height of the shorter posts is C. First of all, like this is x by 2, x by 2. Clear? X by 2 subtends complementary angles. X by 2 subtends two complementary angles. Therefore, what will happen? X by 2. Okay, what I'll say? Tan alpha into tan beta will be equal to 1, or or what is tan alpha? Tan alpha is h upon x by 2. Tan beta is 2h upon x by 2. This is equal to 1. From here, what I can say, 2h square is equal to x by 2 into x by 2, or or h square is equal to x square by 8. From here, I can say h is equal to x by 2 root 2. Option 1 is the answer. The next question. The distance between two vertical poles is 60 meters. Okay, these are two vertical poles. Difference between them is 60 meters. Height of one pole is double the height of the other. Let's say this is 2h. The angle of elevation of the top of the poles from the middle point of the line segment joining their feet are complementary. This angle is alpha. This angle is beta. Alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree. This is 30 degree. This is 30. This is 30. This is 30. This is 60. What will be your shortcut? Your shortcut will be this common side na. 30 square is equal to h into 2h. Okay, dear student, 30 square is equal to h into 2h, or I can say 900 is equal to 2h square. Direct rule, as I have told you. If you want to go in detail, tan alpha into tan beta is equal to 1. What is tan alpha? Tan alpha is perpendicular upon base, h by 30. Tan beta is perpendicular upon base into 2h by 30. This is equal to 1. Okay. 450 is equal to h square. Clear. H square is equal to 450. Now, if h square is equal to 450, what will happen, dear students? I can say h is equal to 225 into 2. H will become 15 root 2. Height of the another pole is 2h will be double of this. That will be 30 root 2. Am I clear to all of you? Next one. The next question we have is the angle of the elevation of the top of a tower from a point P, from the point P and Q at a distance A and B respectively from the base of the tower. Let's say this is a tower. These are points P and Q are A and B respectively. So I read the line again. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower from the point P and Q at a distance of A and B respectively from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. This is the base of the tower. These 3 points are in same straight line. The top of these angles are like complementary. This is alpha. this is beta, and you are being told alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree. Now when alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree, what will happen? Simple plain logic. This is h, this common side h subtends angle a, and alpha and beta which are complementary, h square will be equal to ab, or h is equal to under the root ab. That is option number 1 is the answer. Is it clear to everyone? Shall I take the next one? I think before I do it, now you will be able to solve it. Kindly try to do it. From 2 points on the ground, lying on a straight line through the foot of a pillar, through the foot of a pillar. Let's say this is the pillar, this is the foot. The two angles of elevation of the top of the pillar are complementary to each other if the distance of the 2 points on the foot of the pillar are 9 and 16. Fine, this is 9, this is 9, this is point 1, this is point 2. Let's say Q, this is 16, this is point P, this is the base of a tower, this is the top of a tower. Okay, top of the pillar, this is the pillar. Let's say the height of the pillar is h. Okay, then the height of the pillar is 9 in meter, and the 2 points lie on the same side. 2 points lie on the same side. Now what will happen? You are being told these angles are complementary. This angle is alpha, this angle is beta. Alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree. Fine. Now what we have, h square is equal to AB, that is h square is equal to 9 into 16, or the height of the pillar h is equal to 3 into 4, that is equal to 12. I'm sure this thing is clear to all of you. Okay, dear friends, let's take the next one. See, you can do it yourself. You read the question. The question says there are 2 points at a distance of 12 meters and 27 meters from the foot of a ground. Let's say these are the points P and Q. Okay. These angles are given to you as complementary pillars to each other. 2 points lie on the same side, This is the base, this is the top. You have alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree. What I will do, I will say tan alpha into tan beta is equal to 1. This is the height. H square is equal to 12 into 27, or I can read as h square is equal to 4 into 3 into 3 into 9. So h will be what? H will be 2 into 3 into 3. Under root, under root, under root. Okay. So h is equal to 18 meter. Am I clear to all of you? Are you paying attention? Okay, next one. Last question of this time. 2 points P and Q are at the distance of x and y. two points P and Q are at the distance of x and y, where y is greater than x. Okay, this is point P, this is point Q, respectively from the base of a building and a straight line. If the angle of elevation of the top of the building from points P and Q are complementary, this angle and this angle are complementary. This is alpha, this is beta, this is x, this is y. Then what is the height of the building? Direct formula: h square is equal to AB, h is equal to under root AB. This common side will be the under root of these two. That is xy under root xy. Okay, done. So we have done one exercise. So now, my dear students, I'll start with a very special concept. As I told you initially in the beginning of this class, that you will enjoy this concept very much. Okay, dear students. So the thing is, here we will be having two 30, 60, 90 triangles in a composite figure. Here we will be having what? Two 30, 60, 90 degree triangles in a composite figure. This is the extension of the previous exercise. How come this is the extension of the previous exercise? Look, what I'll say, this is two 30, 60, 90 triangles. Okay, 30 and 60 are complementary angles. So these are like alpha and beta. Now, let me start. What happens is, let's say this is our first triangle. Inside this triangle, I draw another triangle. Okay, inside this triangle, I draw another triangle. This is, let's say, A, B, C, D. So here this is 30 degree, here this is 60 degree. In fact, before I do this, I'll take one diagram like this. Uh, this angle is 60 degree, and then I take this angle as 30 degree. This angle is also 30 degree. So this full angle is 60 degree. This side is common side. Let's say this is x. Okay. Now what will happen, dear students? I told you one small thing. What was that one small thing? If these are complementary angles, that this will be under root of the product of these. But now we come with the extension. The extension is, see, if this part is, let's say, this common part, I don't want to take it x, I take it as h right now. Okay, if I take this as x, this will be h, this portion will be h, this portion will be 3h, and this portion will be this x will be equal to the under root of these two, that will be root 3h. Getting it, dear students? Simple, pure logic. I'm going to explain it to you shortly. The thing is, this is h. You multiply this h by root 3, you get root 3h. You multiply root 3h by root 3, you get 3h. Okay, dear students? Clear to all? H root 3h, then it is 3h. Any doubts so far? I hope there isn't any problem in this. H root 3h and 3h. Clear? Again, similar logic. Let's say this height is h. Suppose this is x, this is 3x, this is h. This portion will be, the smaller portion will be x, the larger portion will be triple x, and this portion will be under root of these two, that is root 3x. Clear? The thing, dear students, is the height, let me write, if we have a common base, if we have a common base common base, then the height, common base, or like in the bracket I say equal bases. Okay, common base or equal bases, then the height opposite to 60 degree will be triple the height, will be triple of the height opposite to 30 degree. This is 30 degree. The height opposite to 30 degree is h. Therefore, the height opposite to 60 degree will be triple of this, that is root 3h. And the common base will be root 3h. This is the common base. This is root 3h. Clear, dear students? I am sure it must be clear to you. This portion will be how much? This portion will become 2x. You will love this concept when you see the question based on this now. Here I come again. If we have a common height, or I say equal heights, two equal heights, then the perpendicular, opposite to, then the base along, it will be then the base along, then the base along 30 degree. See, the base along 30 degree, you have a common height h, then the base along 30 degree will be triple of the base along 60 degree. The base along 60 degree is, this is the base along 60 degree, this is the base along 60 degree. If this is x, then the base along 30 degree will be 3x. Getting it? Base along 30 degree will be triple of the base along 60 degree. That is BC is equal to x, then BD is equal to 3x, and CD is equal to 2x. Most important, height h will be root 3x. Clear to everyone here? X was root 3h. This is 3, this is h, root 3h. Okay, this is actually a geometric mean, like under root h into 3h, you get root 3h. Clear? Now I will tell you a few extension of both of these. See, how will we discuss the extensions of these? Look, let me show you. First, yeah, just give me a second. Yeah. First, if I take the extension of the first one, this is like if I take the extension of the first one, what will happen? What will be the extensions? More cases. What will be more cases? Look, it will be like this. This angle is suppose 60 degree. Okay. This angle is 30 degree. You have this h. What will happen, dear students? Along 60 degree you have this x, so along 30 degree you will have this 3x, and this h will be equal to root 3x. Clear? One more on base of this. I can also say like this angle is 60 degree, this is height h, again I have a height h, this angle is 30 degree, this angle is 30 degree, again I have a height h. If this base is x, This will be 3x, 30 degree h, 60 degree h, and this h will be equal to what? This h will be root 3x. I am sure so far everything is clear to everyone. Okay, now let's come to the another case. Another case is this one, like this. You have like this, you have a common base. Fine. One more common, yeah, this part is clear. Now we have a common base. In here we have a common height. See, I draw a line like this. Here we have common height. Here I have common in the bracket equal base. Now what do I do? For equal bases, there are two, three types of cases. One is like this. This is one case. Here you have this base B or X. This is height H. Here this angle is 30 degree. And this is height 3H. This angle is 60 degrees. So height opposite to 60 degree will be 3H and height opposite 30 degree will be H, and this X will be equal to what? This X will be equal to root 3H. Again, I take two cases. It means, let's say this is the midpoint somewhere. This is X and this is also X. You have a middle point over here. Here you have this 30-degree angle and here you have this 60-degree angle. If the height opposite to 30 degree is H, then the height opposite to 60 degree will be 3H. This X will be root 3H. This X will be root 3H. Getting this part, everyone? Okay. I will. So I hope this portion is clear to everyone. This is nothing but actually an extension of tan 30 degree and tan 60 degree. Okay. I tell you how. See, let's say I suppose I say this is given to me H, this is given to me X. If I label them, suppose I do A, B, C, and D. What will be tan 30 degree? First of all, I take tan 60 degree. What will be tan 60 degree? In fact, I should take the lowermost figure because I will have space to write down. I start from here. What will be tan 60 degree? Tan 60 degree will be like, suppose I say this is y, I will find it out later on. This is y by x, y by x. What will be tan 30 degree? Tan 30 degree will be h by x. I will prove it to you that this h, this y is 3 times h. Okay. What is tan 60 degree? Tan 60 degree is root 3. Tan 30 degree is 1 by root 3. Suppose this is your equation 1. This is your equation 2. Okay, dear friends. If I divide 1 by 2, what will happen? 1 by 2, what will happen? Y by x upon h by x is equal to root 3 upon 1 by root 3. X and x cancel. Y by h is equal to root 3 into root 3, or y is equal to 3h. This y is equal to 3h proved. Then this is simple, like this is h 30 degree, it becomes root 3h. This is simple basic. I am sure this basic is clear to you all. Now I will show you how many magics this basic will create. This is genuinely a magical method of solving lengthy questions. Okay, you have this first question. I will be happy before I solve it if you can solve it before I do.
So join.
Now we have this question and we'll solve it just like magic. Verbally, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point A on the ground is 30 degree. On moving a distance of 20 meters towards the foot of the tower to a point B, the angle of elevation increases to 60 degree. The height of the tower is T. What are you people being told right now? You have this tower. Right now, this angle is 30 degree. On moving 20 meters, if I move 20 meters like this, here, what angle do I see? This angle becomes 60 degree. The angle of elevation increases to 6. The height of the tower is, this is the height of the tower. I told you, if this is x, this becomes 3x. X, 3x. Okay, x and 3x. So automatically, this portion becomes how much? This portion becomes 2x. So this 2x is equal to 20. X becomes 10 and this h is always, this h is root 3 x root 3 into 10, that is 10 root 3. Okay, fine. If you like this concept, you can like the video or maybe post any good comment. I'll be happy. Fine, dear students. Clear to all of you? Let's take the next one. Next one is a man standing at a point P is watching the top of a tower which makes an angle of elevation 30 degrees. The man walks some distance toward the tower and then the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degrees. The height of the tower is 30 meters. See, it is like this. Right now, this angle is 30 degree. You are being told height of the tower is 30 meter. He moves some distance. He comes here. This changes to 60 degree. Then the distance he moves is, see, we have a simple logic. This is x. This is 2x. I'll be focusing mainly on this. And this h. H is equal to what? H is equal to x root 3. This is given to you as 30. H is equal to x root 3 is 30. X root 3 is 10 into 3. This 30 is 10 into 3. So x is equal to 10 root 3. Now x is equal to 10 root 3. What will happen? You need to find, this is the movement, okay? So distance moved is how much? 2x 2 into 10 root 3 or 20 root 3 meter. Am I clear to all of you? You can have a look at it if you want. Okay. Before I take the next question, you can try it. One flies a kite with a thread 150-meter long. If the thread of kite makes an angle of 60 degree with the horizontal line, I think wrong question has been taken. Just give me a second. This is the next question. Yeah. The distance between two vertical poles is 60 meter. Height of one pole is double the height of the other. The angle of elevation of the top of the poles from the middle point of the line segment joining the poles are complementary to each other. The height of the poles are. This we have done. I think there is some mistake. Okay, this is similar to the previous one. That's why it's being shown again. But no problem. We can skip it. We have done this earlier. Next is. I hope this part is visible right now. No. A vertical post 15 feet high is broken at a certain height and its upper part not completely separated meets the ground at an angle 30 degree. Find the height. This is also we have done. I don't know why. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point on the ground is 30 degree. Okay. From the top of a tower from the point on the ground is this angle is 30 degree. And moving 70 towards the tower it becomes 60 degree. I move from let's say here to here. This is 70. This becomes how much? The moment you see 30, 60, what you get? You get this is x. You interpret this as 2x. You interpret this as 3x. And this h. This is h. And h becomes what? H becomes root 3x height of the tower. So you have 2x is equal to 70, x is equal to 35. So h is equal to root 3x or 35 root 3 meter. Option number 4 is the answer. Next one. If the angles of elevation of a balloon from two consecutive kilometer stones along a road are 30 and 60 respectively, then the height of the balloon is like this. Kilometer stone, this is like 1 km. This angle is 30. This angle is 60. So automatically this becomes x. This becomes 2x. Fine, and this is h. 2x is given to you as 1. X will be 1 by 2. What will be the height? The height of the balloon. Let's say here there is a balloon. The height of the balloon will be root 3x or root 3 into 1 by 2, that is root 3 by 2 kilometer. All clear to everyone? From an aeroplane just over a straight road, the angles of depression of two consecutive kilometer stones situated at the same side of the aeroplane were found to be 60 degree and 30 degree respectively. The height of the plane above the road is. See, dear students, how to do it. Let's say this point is the point of aeroplane. Okay, here there is an aeroplane. Let's say this is a plane. At this point there is a plane. This point is P. You are given two consecutive kilometer stones like this. Okay, this distance is 1 kilometer. These angles are given to you at 30 degree and 60 degree. Okay, these points are B, C, D. Okay, clear? Now what happens is we know the logic 60/30. The moment we see 60/30, I will put it x. I will put this 2x. I will put this h. 2x is given to you as 1 kilometer. This sort of question you have already done. X is equal to half. H is what? H is root 3x. That is root 3 by 2. Option number 1 is the answer. Okay. Easy one. From an aeroplane It's same. Here the answer will be a direct answer. What is it? Just go through the question. Similar to the previous one, answer is what? Root 3 by 2 or 1.732 by 2. This is 0.866. Option number 4 is the answer. Okay. Two poles of equal height are standing opposite to each other on either side of a road which is 100-meter wide. From a point between them on the road, the angle of elevation of their tops are found to be 30-60. The height of each pole is C student. The figure is given to you. Let's draw the figure. I take this triangle. Fine. These are two consecutive kilometer stones. Let me draw the figure. These are located at these points. Okay. This point is, let's say this is a point which we are talking about P. These are the poles. Pole 1, this is height H. This is also height H. One angle is given to you as 60 degree, the other angle is given to you as 30 degree. This is the entire road. This road is 100 meter. Now my dear students, if I go back, see, from to the basics which I taught you, while I was teaching you the basics, I showed you something like this, a figure like this. 30, 60, this is x, this is 3x, okay? So, what will happen now? This is x, this is 3x, x plus 3x is equal to 100, 4x is equal to 100, x is equal to 25, 25 meter. You have to determine this h. H is what? H is root 3x or 25 root 3. 25 root 3, which is the option? Option number 1 is your answer. Am I clear to all of you? Fine, dear students. Let's take the next one. From an aeroplane just over a river, the angle of depression of two palm trees on the opposite banks of the river are found to be 60 degree and 30 degree respectively. If the breadth of the river is 400 meters, then the height of the aeroplane above the river at that instant is, think about it, dear students, exactly similar to the ones we have been doing so far. Question is not at all tough. Okay, now the thing is, here is the aeroplane. Let's say there are two palm trees on the, let's say this, the river is flowing like this. This is the river. This is the river. When this is the river, this distance is given to you as 400 meter. This is aeroplane located above this. On one side this angle is 30 degree, on the other side this angle is 60 degree. Clear? 30 degree and 60 degree. Now 30 degree and 60 degree. Now what will happen is, this is 30, this is 60. Now the logic is, this is the same height. The base along the 30 is x. The base along the 30 is 3x, the base along the 60 is x. So we can say 3x plus x is equal to 400. Okay, 4x is equal to 400 meter, x is equal to 100 meter. This height of the aeroplane, h is what? Root 3x or 1.732 into 100, that is 173.2 meter. This is your answer. You can have a look over this question before I take the next one. The angle of elevation of aeroplane from a point on the ground is 60 degree. After 15 seconds of flight, the elevation changes to 30 degree. Okay. See, let's say first of all, there is a aeroplane. Initially, the angle of elevation is 16 degree. This angle is 16 degree. After 15 seconds of flight, the elevation changes to 30 degree. This is the aeroplane. Let's say this is the aeroplane. This flies over in this direction, and what happens in 15 seconds? In 15 seconds, this angle of elevation changes to 30 degree. That is this point. Okay. Excuse me. Now this angle of elevation changes to 30 degree. Initially, this angle was 60 degree. If the aeroplane is flying at a height of 1500 root 3, this is 1500 root 3, then find the speed of the plane. 15 seconds, discover this much distance. Okay. See, the simple logic is this portion is the base along 60 degree. This will be x. Then this is 30 degree, and this portion is the base along the 30 degree. This will be 3x. Okay. Clear to you? Okay, this is x, this is 3x. This will become how much? This will become 2x. This will become 2x. Is this clear to all of you? Okay. Now what will happen? This is 2x, this is x, and this is 3x. Confirm? Clear. This 2x, first of all, now this is h. This h is x root 3. This x root is 3 is 1500. So x is equal to how much? 1500. This is 1500. This portion will be 2x, that is, this portion will become 3000. Okay. Now let's talk about the speed of the plane. Speed of plane is equal to 3000 meter in 15 seconds or 200 meter per second. If you need to convert it into kilometer per hour, what you will do? You will multiply it by 18 by. Okay, this is like done. This is being asked. So this is 200 meter per second. Quite easily done. Let's take the next question now. An aeroplane, when flying at a height of 3125 meter from the ground, passes vertically below another plane at an instant when the angle of elevation of the two planes from the same point on the ground are 30 degree and 60 degree. The distance between the two planes at that instant is 3 days. What is it? It's genuinely, from my side, it's a verbal question. The answer is double of 63125. Let's see what it is. Option is typed wrong, I think. So let's see. An aeroplane when flying at a height of 3125. This is an aeroplane, okay. This is flying at a height of 3125 meter. From the ground passes vertically below another plane. Let's say this is the another plane. This is plane 1. This is plane 2. Okay. Vertically below another plane. This is plane 2. The first plane passes vertically below the another plane at an instant when the angle of elevation of the two planes from the same point on the ground are 30 and 60. So like this, their angles are, this angle is 30 and this angle is 60. This is the common thing. Let's say this is x. Sorry. So this is x. Now we know the logic. This, when the height opposite to 30 degrees is h, then the height opposite to 60 degrees is 3h. This h is 3125. This portion will be how much? This portion will be 2h. We have h is equal to 3125. So 2h will be how much? 2h will be double of 3125. That is 6250 meter. Option 1 is the answer. Let me correct it. This is 6250. Okay. The next is two towers A and B have length 45 and 15 meter respectively. The angle of elevation from the bottom of the tower B to the top of the tower A is 60 degree. If the angle of elevation from the bottom of tower A to the top of tower B is y, then the value of cos y is c. Dear friends, we have a very simple thing. We have a common base. Let's say this is x. Okay. The height of this tower is, let's say, 45 given. The height of another is 15. The angle of elevation from the bottom of the tower B to the top of tower A, like this. Bottom of tower B to the top of tower A is 60 degree. Now you have to determine what will this angle be. See, so the moment you see, this is what, this is actually 3 into 15. So 3 into 15 is what? This is 3 into 15, this is 15. So directly you can say these are 60-30 angles. So by shortcut, angle CDB is equal to 30 degree. When angle CDB is equal to 30 degree, what will happen? You require cos y. Cos y is equal to cos 30 degree, that is root 3 by 2, and option 3 is your answer. Am I clear to everyone? Next one. There are two vertical posts, one on each side of a road. This is a road. Okay. One on each side of a road. Just opposite. One post is 108 meter high. From the top of this post, the angle of depression of the top and foot of the other post are 30 degree and 60 degree. Look. See this one. This is 1080. Okay. I take this road as like this. Now the thing is, this is road. This is another. There are two. This is another post. From this higher post, this angle is found to be 30 degree, and this angle is found to be 60 degree. The height of the other post is, this is 108. Okay. So dear friends, we have a direct logic. We have common bases like this base and this base. These bases are equal. So if height opposite to 30 degree is h, then height opposite to 60 degree, will be 3h. This 3h is equal to 108. So h will be equal to 108 by 3. Oh my god, the method you have learned is literally making a mockery of these questions. So this is 36. Okay. This is 36 meter, the height of the other post. So the height of the other post is 36 meter. Am I clear to everyone? Very easily done. Option number 1 is the answer. There are two temples, one on each bank of a river, just opposite to each other. Okay, two banks of a river, one opposite to each other. One temple is 54-meter high. From the top of this temple, let's say this is 54-meter high. From the top of this temple, the angle of depression of the top and bottom foot of the other temple. Let's say this is 54-meter high. Okay, this is ground level. This is 54. This I don't know right now. From this, if I see the top and bottom, now the angle of depressions of these angles are found to be, see, this angle is, the angle of depressions are like this is 60-degree and this is 30-degree. The length of the tower temple is, see, they have equal bases over here. We have equal bases. When we have equal bases, what will happen? The height opposite to 30-degree will be h, and the height opposite to 60-degree will be 3h. We have 3h is equal to 54. Okay, 3h is equal to 54. H is equal to what? 54 by 3, or h is equal to 18 meter. One temple is 54 meter high. From the top of this temple, the angle of depression of the top and bottom of the temple is this. The length of the temple is, there is some mistake right now. The length of the river will be, the length of the river, okay, the length of the river will be 18 root 3. This common thing is what? H root 3. So x is equal to h root 3, or x is equal to 18 root 3. You can have a look. Okay, clear to all? Any doubts? Or fine, whatever you can find, whatever you want, you can find. The next question is, from the top of a hill 200-meter high. Let's say this is a hill 200-meter high. The angle of depression of the top and bottom of a tower are observed to be 30 and 60. See, this is a tower. Okay, this is a tower. Fine, tower. Now from this, the angle of depression of the top and bottom 30 and 60 are this. The height of the tower is, you have to determine the height of the tower. See, dear friends, very easy logic. This is 30-degree. In opposite to 30-degree will be h, and opposite to 60-degree will be 3h. So 3h is equal to how much? 3h is equal to 200 meter. H is equal to 200 by 3. This portion will be how much? This portion will be 2h. This portion will be how much? 2h. So this 2h is equal to 400 by 3, or 133 1 by 3 meter. Next one. Next one is, a vertical pole and a vertical tower are standing on the same level ground. Height of the pole is 10 meters. From the top of the pole, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower and the angle of depression of the foot of the tower are 60-degree and 30-degree respectively. The height of the tower is, very good question. See, here you have a pole. This is a pole, 10 meter. This is a tower. Okay. Now this is 10 and this we don't know the tower, but we need to determine the height of this tower. But one thing is given to us, the elevation, the elevation of this top is how much? This is 60 degree, and the depression of the bottom, this is 30 degrees. So easy now. See, the moment you see this is 10, you have a common base. When you have a common base, we have a common base. We have a common base. So what will happen? If this is 10, this becomes 30. Clear to all of you? If this portion is 10, this becomes 30. So 10 and 30. Now the total height becomes 40. So easy. Then why? Because 30 degree in front of 30 degree, the height in front of 30 is 10. So the height in front of 60 will be 30. The height in front of 30 degree is 10. Therefore, height in front of 60 degree is 30 meter. Okay. So like this, 10 meter and 30 meter, therefore done. Clear to all of you? Total height of tower is equal to 40 meter. I am sure this must be clear to all my dear students. The next question we have is, the angle of elevations of the top of a 72-meter high, whatever is from the top and bottom of a building are, let's say this is a tower. Okay, this is a tower from a high tower from the top and bottom of a building. This is 72-meter high. From a building are 30 degree. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower 72 meter from the top and bottom of a building are 30 degree and 60 degree, like this. Okay, this angle is 30 degree. This angle is 60 degree. If this portion is h, this portion will be 3h. What is the height of the building? You have to determine the height of the building. You have 3h is equal to 17. Building is how much? Building will be 2h. H comes out to be 24. Building is what? 2h, that is 48 meter. Clear to all? Let's take another question. The angle of elevation of an aeroplane from a point on the ground is 60 degree. Of an aeroplane from a point on the ground is 60 degree. After flying for 30 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degree. See, let me take the diagram. We have done a similar question, although first of all, the angle of ground is right now, let's say this angle is 60 degree. Okay, initially this angle is 60 degree. Now what happens is, after flying for 30 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to, this angle changes to how much? 30 degree. Now what we have? Now this angle changes to 30 degree. We have a common height, dear student. Before solving anything, what I'll say? I will say this is x, this is 3x, this portion is 2x. Okay, if the aeroplane is flying at a height of 4500, h is equal to 4500. But what is h? This h is root 3x. Okay, so root 3x is equal to 4500. X comes out to be 4500 by root 3, or I can say 1500 root 3. What is being asked? What is the speed? So 2x is how much? 2x is 3000 root 3. 2x. So now I can say the time taken is 30 seconds. From here to here, this is 30 seconds. Okay, in meter per second. Distance covered in 30 seconds is equal to what? 3000 root 3. Therefore, distance covered in 1 second will be how much? 3000 root 3 divided by 30, or I can say a 0 and a 0 cancel, 100 root 3 meter per second. Option number 2 is the answer. Let's take, you can have a look. Let's take one more question. Then I will wind up the lecture for this class maybe. Now see, an aeroplane is flying horizontally at a height of 1.8 kilometer above the ground. Okay, the angle of elevation of the plane from a point X is 60 degree, and after 20 seconds its angle of elevation from point X becomes 30 degree. See, right now it is like this. Right now, right now this angle is 60 degree. 60 degree. Okay, after 20 seconds, let's say it flies for further 20 seconds, this becomes how much? This becomes 30 degree. The point X is on the ground. This is the point X, is at a height of 1.8 kilometer. This is 1.8 kilometer. This is also 1.8 kilometer. Okay, this is A, this is B. So far clear? Now what will happen, dear students, is see, if this portion is X, this portion will be 3x, this portion will be 2x, and this will be what? X root 3. You have x root 3 is equal to 1.8 kilometer. Okay, so x is like 1.8 by root 3 kilometer. Distance covered is, distance covered is 2x, that is 3.6 into root 3. So far clear? Now, this is 3.6 kilometer, 3.6 by root 3 kilometer in how many seconds? In 20 seconds. Clear? I can say 3.6 by root 3 into 3 in 1 minute 60 seconds. Okay, in 60 seconds. Or I can say 3.6 into 3 into 60 by root 3 in 60 minutes. Okay, x is 1.8 by root 3. We have already got it. Now see, it becomes easy actually. This becomes 60. I can say like 6. This is 36 into 3 upon root 3 is root 3 into 6. 0 is over here. In 1 hour, this many kilometer. So 36 into 6 is 216 root 3 kilometer in 1 hour. That is Option number one is your answer. So students, in this class, I won't be able to take the next exercise as I was saying initially, because this class has already been stretched a bit. So we'll start the next exercise in the next class. In the next class, this chapter will be over. So dear students, we have done sufficient number of questions from these exercises, and I just wish you practice them well so that you solve them in at a good speed in your exam. I will, as usual, I will say before winding up, you can't master mathematics without practicing by your own, without practicing on your own. You have to jot down each and every question. You will have to write each and everything. Only then you will be able to solve them in precise amount of time, in limited amount of time in your exam. Otherwise you will waste a lot of time in solving those questions which you will be feeling that you know, but actually since you are in lack of practice, you might not be able to crack them in limited time. So dear friends, all the very best. Study as much as you can, practice as many times as you can, and don't waste time in any social media networking, anything. Right now, being a student, I'll I'll say just please study as much as you can. Your studies are your religion actually. Okay. Bye bye. Take care. All the best.